CIET NCERT presents audiobook Khel Yatra, textbook of physical education and well-being for grade 7.
Page 236, Annexure. T. Test for agility, fitness test procedure. There's a diagram at the top of the page. The diagram depicts the setup for the test for agility. 4 cones A, B, C and D are placed in T shape. Cone A is the starting and finishing point. Cone B is placed 10 meters straight ahead from A. Cone C and D are placed 5 meters to the left and right of B, forming the top of T. Purpose: the test measures agility, speed and body control, which are important for sports and overall fitness. Equipment needed. Point 1. 4 cones are markers. Point 2. A stopwatch. Point 3. A flat surface like a gym floor or open field. Setup. First, place the cones in a T shape as follows. Point 1. Cone A, starting line. Point 2. Cone B, 10 meters straight ahead of A. Point 3. Cone C, 5 meters to the left of B. Point 4. Cone D, 5 meters to the right of B. Page 237. Procedure. Point 1. Start at cone A in a ready position. Point 2. Sprint forward to cone B and touch it with your right hand. Point 3. Side shuffle left to cone C and touch it with your left hand. Point 4. Side shuffle right to cone D and touch it with your right hand. Point 5. Side shuffle back to cone B and touch it again. Point 6. Run backward to cone A as fast as possible. Point 7. Stop the timer when the participant crosses cone A. Scoring. Point 1. Record the time in seconds taken to complete the test. Point 2. Faster times indicate better agility. Guidelines for accuracy. Point 1. Keep feet parallel during side shuffles. Point 2. Ensure proper hand touches at each cone. Point 3. Perform 3 trials and take the best time. Cardiovascular endurance. Meter run or walk test. The 600-meter run or walk test measures cardiovascular endurance and assesses how well a person can sustain moderate to high-intensity activity over a short distance. Equipment needed. Point 1. Stopwatch. Point 2. Measuring tape if the track is not pre-marked. Point 3. Flat running surface, track or open field. Point 4. Cones or markers to indicate start and finish points. Page 238. Procedure. Point 1. Warm-up. Perform 5 to 10 minutes of light jogging and stretching. Point 2. Start positioning. Stand behind the start line in a ready position. Point 2. Starting position. Stand behind the start line in a ready position. Point 3. Go. Start running or walking as fast as possible when the instructor gives the signal. Point 4. Maintain a steady pace and try to complete the 600 meters without stopping. Point 5. Finish line. Stop the timer as soon as the participant crosses the finish line. Point 6. Record the total time taken to complete the 600 meters. Scoring. Point 1. The time is recorded in minutes and seconds. Point 2. Faster time indicates better endurance. Point 3. Compare improvement over time instead of using fixed benchmarks. Guidelines for accuracy. Point 1. Encourage steady pacing. Don't sprint too fast at the start. Point 2. Use the same track and conditions for retests to ensure consistency. 3-minute step test. There is an image at the bottom of this page. In the image, a girl is stepping up and down a block in a sequence. First step 1 foot up, second step the other foot up, third step 1 foot down, fourth step the other foot down. Page 239. Purpose. The 3-minute step test measures cardiovascular endurance by evaluating how quickly the heart recovers after exercise. Equipment needed. Point 1. A 12-inch 30 cm step or bench. Point 2. Stopwatch. Point 3. Metronome or music with a 96 beats per minute BPM rhythm. Point 4. Heart rate monitor, optional, or manual pulse counting. Procedure. First, warm up, perform light stretching and jogging for 5 minutes. Second, step pattern. Point 1. Step up with one foot. Point 2. Step up with the other foot. Point 3. Step down with one foot. Point 4. Step down with the other foot. Point 5. Maintain a steady up, up, down, down rhythm. Third, step to the beat. Point 1. The pace should be 96 steps per minute, 24 complete steps per minute. Point 2. Continue stepping for 3 minutes without stopping. Fourth, after 3 minutes, point 1. Sit down immediately. Point 2. Wait for 5 seconds, then measure your pulse for 1 full minute. Point 3. Count beats at the wrist, radial artery or neck, carotid artery. Fifth, record your heart rate, beats per minute. Page 240. Scoring. Point 1. Lower heart rates indicate better cardiovascular fitness. Point 2. Compare results with previous tests to track improvement. Guidelines for accuracy. Point 1. Use a consistent stepping speed. Point 2. No extra movements. Keep the upper body relaxed. Point 3. Use the same step height for all tests. Point 4. Ensure proper posture or breathing throughout. Strength and muscular endurance. Push-ups test. Maximum reps in 1 minute. Purpose. The push-up test measures upper body strength and endurance, focusing on the chest, shoulders, and triceps. Equipment needed. Point 1. Flat surface, gym floor or mat for comfort. Point 2. Stopwatch. Point 3. Partner or instructor to count reps and check form. Procedure. First, starting position. Point 1. Place hands shoulder width apart on the floor. Point 2. Keep your body straight from head to heels. Point 3. Feet should be together or slightly apart. There is an image of a girl performing push-ups on the right side of the page. Page 241. Second, performing the push-up. Point 1. Lower your chest until it's about 90 degrees at the elbows or until it nearly touches the ground. Point 2. Push back up to full arm extension. Point 3. Keep a steady pace, no stopping. Third, counting reps. Point 1. Only correct form counts. Point 2. If the body sags or hips rise too much, that rep does not count. Fourth, test duration. Point 1. Perform as many push-ups as possible in 1 minute. Scoring. Point 1. Record the total number of correct push-ups. Point 2. Compare results over time to track improvement. Guidelines for accuracy. Point 1. No faulty movements. Only full push-ups count. Point 2. Keep body straight. Avoid sagging or bending knees. Point 3. Use the same testing method for all students. Standard push-up or modified knee push-up for those who need it. Squat test. Maximum reps in 1 minute. Purpose. The squat test measures lower body strength and endurance, targeting the quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, and core. Equipment needed. Point 1. Flat surface, gym floor or mat for comfort. Point 2. Stopwatch. Point 3. Partner or instructor to count reps and check form. Page 242. Procedure. First, starting position. Point 1. Stand with feet shoulder width apart. Point 2. Keep your chest up and back straight. Point 3. Hands can be on hips or extended forward for balance. Second, performing the squat. Point 1. Lower your body until thighs are parallel to the ground, 90-degree angle at knees. Point 2. Keep knees aligned with toes. Avoid knees collapsing inward. Point 3. Push back up to the starting position. Point 4. Maintain a steady rhythm, no pausing. Third, counting reps. Point 1. Only correct squats count. Point 2. If depth is too shallow or form is incorrect, the rep does not count. Fourth, test duration. Perform as many squats as possible in 1 minute. Scoring. Point 1. Record the total number of correct squats. Point 2. Compare results over time to track improvement. Guidelines for accuracy. Point 1. Keep heels on the ground, no tiptoeing. Point 2. No bouncing or half squats. Thighs must reach parallel. Point 3. Use the same testing conditions for consistent results. At the top right side of the page, there is an image that depicts a squat exercise demonstrated in 3 steps. Page 243. Plank hold test. Maximum time. Purpose. The plank hold test measures core strength and endurance, engaging the abdominal muscles, lower back, shoulders and legs. Equipment needed. Point 1. Flat surface, gym floor or mat for comfort. Point 2. Stopwatch. Point 3. Partner or instructor to track time and check form. Procedure. First, starting position. Point 1. Get into a forearm plank position. Point 2. Elbows directly under shoulders. Point 3. Arms bent at 90 degrees. Point 4. Keep your body straight from head to heels. Point 5. Feet should be hip width apart. Second, performing the plank. Point 1. Hold the plank position for as long as possible. Point 2. Maintain proper form, no sagging hips or raised buttocks. Point 3. Breathe normally throughout. Third, ending the test. Point 1. The test ends when the participant can no longer hold proper form or chooses to stop. Point 2. Record the total time held in seconds or minutes. Scoring. Point 1. Record the longest time the plank is held. Point 2. Compare results over time to track improvement. At the top right side of the page, there's an image of a boy depicting plank hold test. Page 244. Guidelines for accuracy. Point 1. Keep the body in a straight line, no arching or drooping. Point 2. Ensure elbows remain under shoulders for balance. Point 3. Use the same testing conditions each time for consistency. Flexibility. Sit and reach test. Flexibility measurement. Purpose. The sit and reach test measures hamstring and lower back flexibility. Good flexibility in these areas help with posture, injury prevention, and overall mobility. Equipment needed. Point 1. Sit and reach box or a ruler or tape measure placed on the top. Point 2. Flat, non-slippery surface. Point 3. Partner or instructor to measure the reach. Procedure. First, starting position. Point 1. Sit on the floor with legs fully extended at feet flat against the box, or with heels 12 inches apart if using a ruler. Point 2. Keep knees straight and feet flexed, toes pointing upward. At the top of the page, there are two images depicting sit and reach test. Page 245. Second, performing the test. Point 1. Reach forward slowly and steadily with both hands. Point 2. Keep hands one on top of the other and palms facing downward. Point 3. Hold the stretch for at least 2 seconds at the farthest point. Point 4. No bouncing or jerky movements. It must be a smooth reach. Third, measuring the reach. Point 1. Measure the distance from the starting point, toes equal to 0 inches, to the farthest reach. Point 2. If the fingertips do not reach the toes, record a negative score. For example, -3 inches. Point 3. If the fingertips go beyond the toes, record a positive score. For example, +4 inches. Fourth, best of 3 attempts. Point 1. Perform 3 trials and record the best score. Guidelines for accuracy. Point 1. No bending knees. They must stay straight throughout. Point 2. Ensure a smooth reach, no bouncing. Point 3. Use the same testing method for accurate comparison over time. Speed. Purpose. The 50-meter sprint test measures speed and acceleration, assessing how quickly a person can cover a short distance. Equipment needed. Point 1. Flat, non-slippery running surface, track or field. Point 2. Measuring tape to mark 50 meters. Point 3. Cones or markers for start and finish lines. Page 246. Point 4. Stopwatch. Point 5. Partner or instructor to time the sprint. Procedure. First, warm up. Perform dynamic stretching and light jogging for 5 to 10 minutes. Second, starting position. Point 1. Stand behind the starting line in a ready sprint stance. Point 2. One foot should be slightly in front of the other. Third point, arms bent at 90 degrees and body leaning slightly forward. Third, sprint execution. Point 1. Run as fast as possible from start to finish. Point 2. Maintain good sprinting form, knees high, arms swinging. Fourth, timing the sprint. Point 1. Stopwatch starts when the runner begins moving. Point 2. Stopwatch stops when the runner torso crosses the finish line. Point 5. Fifth, recording the time. Point 1. Record the best time from 2 trials, allowing enough rest between attempts. Guidelines for accuracy. Point 1. Ensure a standing start, no rolling starts. Point 2. Use the same timing method for all students. Point 3. Run in proper footwear to avoid slipping. Unit 6 ends here.
Khel Yatra, you were just listening to this audiobook. Textbook of Physical Education and Well-being for Grade 7. Narration, Mansi Chauhan. Sound Recordist, Manju Kumari. Production Assistant, Amarjeet Sarkar. Directed and produced by Vimalesh Chaudhary. This audiobook is brought to you by CIET NCERT, New Delhi, India.